Folks, there is a huge problem on the left with the ridiculous Trump-Russia story. And the problem goes far beyond the fact that there is absolutely not a shred of evidence that anything the left is alleging actually took place. I want you to listen to the argument spewed forth by CNN's Chris Cuomo at Wisconsin Representative Sean Duffy.
We don't know what the FBI has or what they don't have now in the hands of Bob Mueller. And to suggest that this relatively early in an investigation for the FBI, they often look at things for years, that they should know or they should have told people what they have and the proof should be out there, that's equally deceptive, don't you think?
So again, I'm not buying into the fact that there was any collusion between President Trump and Russia.
But you can't know whether there was or not. That's my point. How do you know there was none? How do you know that there was? You can't know. You don't know the proof.
But Chris, I agree with you, but you don't know that either. And we're running, I mean, the cable news networks are, aflame of running stories about collusion between Trump and Russia, and you don't know, and I don't know that.
Right, but it's equally wrong. If you don't like that some media, and I know you're not talking about us, because you know I've never front run it, but if you don't like that people are artificially saying there was collusion, to say artificially that there was no collusion is equally wrong, right? You're not being better in that situation. You're being a manifestation of the same problem.
What I think is happening is there's a conversation about collusion, and my point is there's no evidence of collusion. What I do
we
know,
don't know what the evidence is.
If there was evidence, if there was information about Donald Trump colluding with the Russians, I have every confidence that that would have been leaked to the press, and you would have been able to run with that story because everything has been leaked. There are no secrets. There are no secrets. There are no private conversations. And that's why I have some pause.
You can have pause. You can have pause. There's every reason for pause because it's an unknown. I'm just saying it's such a gross assumption.
No, I'll take a step back. You have no evidence of that there was collusion or there wasn't collusion. There's no evidence to either of our sides.
No, that's not accurate. We don't know.
I haven't seen any evidence to that
right,
that
and I'm
fact
saying
between Trump
that absence.
And
you know the old notion from Barry Scheck when it came to DNA evidence. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Remember, we all had to try to figure out what that means. And the point of it ultimately winds up being just because we don't know doesn't mean you should assume the negative.
Folks, it went on like that for about 10 minutes. Around and around they went. Representative Duffy spent the entire segment trying to get it into Cuomo's thick skull that there is no evidence to any of the Trump-Russia allegations. Cuomo wanted Duffy to prove there is no evidence. I'm sorry, Chris, it doesn't work that way. Not here in America. Let me demonstrate. You, Chris Cuomo, are a drug dealer that pushes drugs on and strings along elementary school kids. Now let's put your methodology into action and shift the burden of proof onto you. You, Chris, have to prove that there is no evidence that you are a drug dealer. If you don't, we're just going to investigate you in perpetuity until you do. See why that doesn't work, Chris? Your way, anybody could make any accusation about anyone at any time and just investigate forever. Which is actually the left's plan. Just keep hurling false accusation after false accusation at President Donald Trump and keep his administration on defense, gum up the works, and keep him from implementing the people's agenda. This has to stop. Unless you, Chris, or any of your liberal ilk can produce evidence, it's time to end the charade and move on.
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and donate at theraywarnershow.com.